fucking pervert cat. Stop it. Jesus Christ. So, as of this week, the Oakland A's are gone. No longer in Oakland. It was made official. The Oakland A's will be playing their last season in Oakland this upcoming season in 2024, and then they will be playing in from 2025 to 2027. They don't know where they'll be playing yet, I guess. They have no idea where they'll be playing. I guess it's possible they'll play at their AAA's team in, I think it was Sacramento. I don't know. But yeah, the A's will be in the Coliseum one more year. That's fucking sucks, dude. It kind of makes it official. I was, looking into some stuff before sitting down to record this. Happy fucking Friday, by the way. I mean, goddamn. It's about 8 o'clock on Friday when I'm getting to recording this. Usually I'm earlier, but, man, you get tired from the week. The sun goes down at I leave work at 5 and the sun's down. It's crazy. It's fucking nuts. But, I was just taking some time, just hanging out and relaxing. And I just, put myself in a good spot before hopping on to do this. So if you're listening, I appreciate it. I hope you're having a great weekend, great whatever day. But yeah, the Oakland A's, they're no more. And I'm torn because I hate why they left, because it sounds like the city of Oakland got enough money to keep them around. Very much like the St. Louis Rams situation that me and my dad and, other Rams fans went through less than 10 years ago at this point. I don't remember exactly when, but pretty recent. In that situation, Rams owner Stan Kroenke wasn't shy about his desire to move to Los Angeles. St. Louis had a plan, they had money, and they went to Los Angeles. And they won a Super Bowl in Los Angeles. But they also won a Super Bowl in St. Louis a few years after coming here, and they won that Super Bowl in 1999/2000. And even though I was barely alive at that time, that's always meant a lot to me, I've watched like the America's Game Hour TV special on that year over and over and over. Got like this little book. I read books. And I love Kurt Warner and all of that. Like, even though I was barely alive at the time of that Super Bowl and the St. Louis Rams no longer exist, all of that St. Louis Rams history still means a lot to me today. And I still have a Kurt Warner jersey. I've even got a Case Keenum jersey, thanks to my buddy Caleb, I've still got so much love for the St. Louis Rams in that way. So I really feel for Oakland, and I really feel for those Oakland fans, and because it's bullshit, and I know that the Oakland fans are real, they exist, but just with the way that John Fisher and the front office, everybody over there handles things, they have a player who gets good, and when it gets time to pay him big money, he will most likely be traded. I could name a massive list of players who this has happened to. I've made previous episodes talking about the Oakland A's, though, so you could reference those if you'd like. I'm sure I mentioned them in there, but Sean Murphy's one. There you go. Go fuck yourself. I could name more, but Matt Chapman, there's 2. Okay, I'm done. I promise. But the A's will have a guy who gets good, and then he'll most likely get traded or walk in free agency because they don't sign anybody to big contracts. And then as a fan, what are you supposed to do, Like, for Cardinals fans, in my instance, imagine, we have the expectation that Jordan Walker, Nolan Gorman, Mason Wynn can be signed to extensions, because the Cardinals have money. The Cardinals want to keep their guys around. Paul DeJong got an extension. It didn't turn out that well, and I love Paul DeJong, but still, But as Cardinal fans, we have faith that our homegrown players will get to stick around. I can buy a Jordan Walker jersey and feel good about it for, 5+ years. God, I hope. Same with a lot of those guys. Just because, that's the luxury I have as a Cardinals fan, but Oakland doesn't have that. And, John Fisher's kind of a douchebag. I mean, that's all I'll really say. Look into it more if you'd like, but he's the owner of the A's. Rich guy business, Stan Kroenke, John Fisher, two peas in the same pod. It's a fucking shame, but as much as I want to go on a hateful rant, it's Friday night. I mean, come on, man. I getting it out like this is good enough for me. Please look up some journalism, watch some videos or something if you want to look more into the nuts and bolts of the rich people business that's taken place here with the A's leaving Oakland. I saw there is one hope that I have for this though, and I was reading this article on The Athletic, and it was a quote from the mayor of Oakland who was condemning this whole fucking thing, which fuck yeah, thank you. And the mayor, I wish I wrote down the mayor's name, I'm sorry, but the mayor of Oakland said that even if apparently it's technically not final, but I mean it's pretty much final. All the fucking owners just voted to confirm this happening, so it's final, and it was already final like at the start of the year. It's even more final now. It fucking sucks. As much as I want to hold out hope, but here's something that maybe you can leave with if you remotely give a fuck about this like I do. So the mayor of Oakland said that even if the A's are moving to Vegas, which they are, then she is going to pursue an expansion team because apparently Rob Manfred has said before that once Oakland gets settled and once Tampa Bay gets settled, then he would want to expand MLB to 32 teams. So imagine if Oakland just gets its team back in a few years. Imagine that. I mean, the city had the money, I guess. From what I've heard and seen, the city had the money in the same way that St. Louis did with the Rams. I mean, if somebody has information to prove that otherwise, please let me know. I'll happily correct myself next week. Episodes every Friday. Casual plug. Haha, get fucked. But yeah, man. It's sad. It sucks. But I'm torn because it's like, I like Vegas. I was just in Vegas over this summer. I love Vegas. I had so much fun. The gambling, obviously, but it's like, it's just a vibe. It's a good time. I enjoyed the weather. That Sphere, I bet that Sphere thing is fucking crazy. And I would love to see baseball games in Vegas. I will definitely want to go to a game once the stadium's built, but it's not going to be built in like 3 years. I know I'm dying to go to the Coliseum. I'm going to make that happen next year. So I'm moving out there anyway, but I mean, fuck. It's crazy. I kind of want to support the team, I don't know. How much am I going to give a fuck? I mean, I kind of want to, but also I want to give a fuck about the Oakland A's. Like, that team has a lot of history. There's been a lot of great players. Ricky Henderson, Mark McGwire, Jose Canseco, Dennis Eckersley, Vida Blue, so many great players. Tony La Russa won a World Series with them as a manager. They've got such rich history, and I guess another little tidbit I can leave you with if you want to be a little bit hopeful. Hopefully the A's, once they're in Vegas, they don't stay the A's. They turn into they can be the Vegas fucking Zebras for all I care. And as good as the Vegas A's sound, I think Vegas A's sounds fucking awesome. Unfortunately, that sounds so fucking good. And if they don't do that, then that really increases the possibility that they come up with something stupid like the Vegas Cobras or something that's just disgusting. God, I don't know. But we'll have to see. But if they don't take the Vegas A's name, then that means that if Oakland can manage an expansion team, then the Oakland A's can come back, and then I can be an Oakland A's half kind of fan. I want to half support. I'm still a Cardinals fan, but, I want to root for it, I can have a side bitch team. They would deserve it. I like the mascot. His name's Stomper. He's an elephant. It's fucking cool. But yeah, man. I wanted to talk about that this week because it fucking sucks, and I feel for those Oakland fans, man. It sucks, and it's not cool. It's a great franchise. They were in the playoffs, and it might have been like 2021. That could be wrong. I'm not sure, but it's a shame. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I was still trying to get my feet under me. You know, the holidays and traveling, and Thanksgiving's coming up. That's next week, and there's just always shit going on. I gotta get my shit together a little bit here. I feel like I talked about us having guests forever ago, and it's just been delayed and it's been on my part because I've got to, make sure I set it up properly and everything. I got to sit down and do that, and it feels like there hasn't been time for much of anything lately, but hey, it's always busy, but it is what it is, man. I'm hanging out with this orange fucking cat. He's new. He's been outside perusing, for the last like few weeks or so. Usually there's like this big fat cat named Big Fat Reba. Her name's just Reba, but I call her many hurtful names, mostly related to her weight, because she's a very fat cat. We don't even like feed her that much anymore, but she is fat as hell. She's a fat fucking cat. There's this orange cat that I've been letting inside, and I swear to God, the last like two some years of my life, I've just been hanging out with cats all the time. Just in the various places I've, been at, there's always been cats around. It's weird. I mean, I'd never thought I'd be somebody to just like hang out with an orange cat, but here I am. He's cool, man. We get along real good. He's way nicer than Reva. That's the thing. The orange cat is way fucking nicer, so he gets a pass for a lot. He's a fucking pervert, though. He just licks himself all the time. I don't know how to feel about that. He's licking himself right now. I don't fucking love that. But, yeah, again, I'm keeping it short this week. But, I hope you're having a great week. I'm, getting my feet under me here. I'm trying to get back into my writing habit. Once you losing that groove is tough. You got to get that momentum back, but the desire is always there, of course, but you got to do the hard work and make myself and put myself there, So it's a process, it's getting dark out. It's getting dark at like 5, man. It's about Thanksgiving. All you can do is your fucking best, man, but it's whatever. I'll always be doing this show, and I always appreciate whoever's listening. I appreciate anybody new who's listening. Thank you very much. As always, every Friday I'll be doing this. Yeah, Shohei won MVP. Haha. So did Ronald Acuna Jr. It was unanimous MVPs. So fuck yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I'll see you next Friday. It's a pleasure as always.